This is what old time stadiums used to look like. Obviously, see that there's a lot of fans there, but they didn't use as much energy. There was no such thing as night games back then because they didn't use lights. Nowadays, such as stadiums as Turner Field, they use a lot more energy by using the big screen, all the announcers that are involved. They use a lot more technology, which uses up a lot of energy. And there's now such thing as night games, obviously, with all the lights and energy they use to put into that. This is a baseball, obviously. Um, Back in the day, they used to have to go back into the stands and retrieve the foul balls. Now they just let the fans keep the balls, and it obviously uses a lot more energy to create all the baseballs. And instead of trying to conserve energy by using the same one, they now use multiple balls again. In the Major League Baseball, they use wooden bats, which conserves a lot more energy, even though making a wood bat is a long process. But in every other kind of baseball, collegiate, high school, little league, they use metal bats, and you can't recycle. At least you can burn wood bats. You can't recycle metal bats, and even if you wanted to recycle metal bats, the process is long and would obviously it would use more energy to recycle the bats than just throw them in the trash. This is Miami Marlins Stadium, which is the most energy efficient ballpark in major leagues. What we can do to conserve energy in baseball, which is what they used to do back in the old days. They did not play night games, and I personally don't think this, but if they started playing more games during the day, it would conserve a lot more energy. Also, Miami Marlins Stadium has solar panels for parking, and solar panels obviously conserve a lot of energy. So I feel if the Major League Baseball just played day games instead of night games, it would conserve a lot more energy. And yeah, that's it. Um, Personally, I feel all kinds of baseballs should start using wood bats instead of metal. The reason I began to thought this before the project was that metal bats are very dangerous and there's a lot more pop behind them than a wood bat. So it's pretty life threatening when you're a pitcher on the mound and a kid has a metal bat that's like 6'5", 200 pounds, solid cut muscle, and he can hit a ball so hard back at your face that it could kill you. And that's why I think we should start using wood bats in all of baseball. But now that I look at it from an energy standpoint, um, making metal bats uses a lot of energy, and you can't recycle them. With wood bats, you can burn them, and they're a lot easier to throw away, and it conserves a lot more energy if everyone were just to use more bats or wood bats. And on top of all of that, it's much safer to play with wood bats than metal bats. I personally love the game of baseball, but it uses a lot of energy. Um, Overall, out of this project, I took out, since I love the environment, I took out of this project that we should start conserving a lot more energy, and that all begins with not playing any more night games. It's pretty unnecessary to play a night game when it uses that much energy, and also that we should change to wood bats because it's safer and a lot easier to recycle and throw away.